It all started one day when him and his friends went to the dollar store to pick out goofy items to wear to a costume party they had all been invited to. He guessed he was maybe around 8 years old at the time. One of his friends chose glasses with a nose attached, another chose a funny hat, and Trevor chose glow-in-the-dark vampire teeth. Now, they all went to this party, they had a blast, and when he got home, he put the teeth on a shelf in his closet. Now, he had one of those sliding door closets, and he always just kept it open because his room was such a mess and his closet was overflowing with clothes and toys that he wasn't able to close it himself. The only way is if he did a massive clean out, which I feel like we all relate to. There was something just so weird about lying in bed in a pitch black room and only being able to see these bright green glowing teeth in front of his bed. He was almost mesmerized by them and found it really difficult to fall asleep, and the more he stared, the stranger things got. The teeth began to move around as if someone was wearing them. At first, he thought that maybe one of his friends had snuck into his room to play a prank on him, so he called out a couple of his friends' names but got no response. He just laid there in his bed watching as these glowing green teeth just moved up and down around his closet, and they were also opening and closing as if they were saying words that he wasn't able to hear. And he was just lying there praying that they wouldn't come near him, because obviously if they got close, that meant that whatever was wearing them was also getting close. After what seemed like a really long time, he gathered the courage to call his parents into his room, and they explained to him that sometimes your eyes can play tricks on you in the dark, which is honestly really true. Trevor's parents took those teeth out of his room and he thought that that was the end of them, but unfortunately he was wrong, because the next night, as he was just about to sleep, he once again saw those glowing teeth across the room. Except this time they almost seemed bigger in a way. He also could have sworn that he saw a shadow of a humanoid body standing there wearing them. So the next day he decided to draw the creature that he called the teeth. So he took a black piece of construction paper and the brightest green crayon that he could find and began to draw. He drew a man with a long skinny neck, straight hair, with a mouth and teeth taking up his entire face. He then showed his parents and told them that that was what he had been seeing in his room. His mother was so disturbed by the drawing that she immediately took it away from him and spent the entire day herself cleaning up his whole room so she'd be able to close his closet door. And he said that after his closet door was closed, he never saw this thing ever again. But he still secretly drew this creature with green crayon in his notebooks at school without his mother knowing. And this lasted for years until eventually it didn't bother him anymore.